So I love microphones. As an audiophile, musician, video producer, there's nothing quite like hearing beautiful audio playback, whether it's your voice or someone else's. Now, I've said this a bunch of times, but I actually am envious of anyone who's getting into vocal production, especially in this day and age, because the barrier to entry is now so thin. The offerings that you all have for even the smallest of budgets are just phenomenal when it comes to build and sound quality. To show you all what I mean, I reached out to my friends over at Fifine to see if they'd be down to send me some of their equipment to reiterate this point. They actually went above and beyond, as you can tell, and sent me all of their best microphones that fit both small and large budgets, along with some boom arms as well, so I can give you all a real-time showcase of what all of this is capable of. Though they did send me all of this gear, they actually have zero input on how I showcase them or any of my feedback, so my opinion is strictly my own. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you all be the judge of the audio quality itself by setting up all of these microphones and recording directly from them one at a time. Before I do that, however, I do want to point out that if you're strictly looking for specs and features, I did compile a chart of what all these mics are capable of doing, what they come with, but that's just not going to be my main focus for this video. Personally, I'm a little bit more interested in letting you all hear on how the microphones actually sound, so you can be the judge of it for yourself. All of these mics are pretty compact, they're lightweight, they're well built, they have great frequency response, they offer a combination of USB and XLR recording. With all of that out of the way, let's get these microphones set up for recording. All right, everybody, so I'm back, and as you can see, I'm fully decked out with microphones and boom arms, so I do apologize for the holdup. I was basically trying to figure out what the best way to approach this was, and I figured why not start with this microphone. So this microphone that I'm going to be talking about is the K688 CT. I talked about this microphone in the past and how I think it's a great entry-level, great budget microphone for podcasting, live streaming, and even a little bit of vocal work if you're into singing or rapping whatsoever, just because it sounds so clean, as you guys can hear. And what I do want to mention is that the way I'm monitoring these microphones are with my Audio-Technica M50Xs. For all you audiophiles out there, you guys already know how great the M50Xs are. But anyways, what makes the K688 really shine is it's ready right out of the box. This kit in particular already comes with the boom arm, the USB-C cable, it already comes with a shock mount, and it has all the knobs and dials needed for you to monitor directly. I do want to throw this out there that the way I'm connecting everything right now is, again, via XLR connection. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the microphone quality for me sounds really, really good. The vocal production sounds good. I've done some YouTube videos with it, and I think the audio sounds very clean. It's got the touch mute control. It's got its own gain. It's got its own volume. It comes with USB-C connection and XLR connection. It's made mainly of metal and plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap or flimsy at all, as you guys can see here. I recommend this microphone for anybody who's on a tight budget, who doesn't really have a lot of money to splurge with. And if you're looking for an entry-level microphone, I think this sounds great. It's good for podcasting. It's good for streaming. It's good for a little bit of audio work, like I said before. And this is the K688 in a nutshell. So yeah, let's move on to the Tank1, which is the next microphone on my list. So ironically enough, I plugged up the Tank1 and I noticed that it keeps creating this noise. I actually changed the XLR cable and the noise still won't go away. I even tried hooking up one of these microphones in advance to the XLR cable and no noise from those. So this ironically has actually been my daily driver when it comes to these types of talking videos. It's rather unfortunate that it already sounds like this and I've only had it for a couple months. So ironically enough, all that stuff I was talking about the Tank1, I actually reached out to Fifine's support. They were cool enough to actually send me a replacement. Shout out to Fifine for taking care of that so quickly. Customer support alone gets an S tier. Let's go ahead and unravel the Tank1 and put it up and actually set it up and hear the auto playback. So stay tuned. So we are back in business. As you can see, this is the Tank1 and it's fully hooked up. It's my primary microphone that I've been using for the majority of my voiceovers, my YouTube videos. I think it sounds very rich. It sounds very full. And it's just one of those microphones that make you sound very natural and it has a lot of oomph to it, if that makes any sense. Now, unlike some of the other microphones that I've mentioned before, this microphone only has an XLR connection. It's one of the heavier duty ones. It's more of a premium microphone that Fifine has developed, and it's really meant to compete with something like the Shure SM7B. I think this is a great competitor. I think it's really good for overall podcasting, general talking, voiceovers, and you might even be able to get a little bit of singing or instrumental recordings off of it too. This is unfiltered. This is audio directly from the Tank1. This microphone, however, does require some type of audio interface, so it's not as simple as plug and play via USB-C. You're going to get the highest quality audio files, so you could do a lot more in pre and post production, as you can hear. I've been using this mic for several months now. Before, it gave me a little bit of those problems, which was the only downside to it. But again, Fifine seems to stand behind this product. They sent a replacement out pretty fast. I think it just happened to be a fluke. I hope it's not a common thing. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below, and I'm going to move on to the next microphone. microphone. Let's get it. I think the Tank 3 is more suited for an upgrade to this microphone, the K688. It has basically identical features. It has the USB-C connection and it has the XLR connections to it. The build is pretty much the same. The size is pretty much the same. The only difference is I believe this one's more plasticky. This one has a lot more metal to it. It doesn't come with any type of shock mount, but with these type of microphones, you don't really need them unless you plan on banging the table a lot or making a lot of noise. For the most part, I think it sounds pretty pleasant to the ear. I think it sounds pretty smooth. This low profile boom arm, however, is a little bit lower than I'd like. I look kind of crazy right now. I think this microphone sounds pretty pleasant to the ears. I think it's great for live audio recording. I think it's great for podcasting, maybe even a little bit of voice work and some YouTubing. It just sounds very flat and neutral, which is all right. You can always touch that up in post later on. If that's your type of sound, I say go for it. But yeah, enough talking about this microphone. Let's now move on to the final microphone in the lineup, which is this Tank6 of beast. So right off the bat, this is the Tank6 from Fifine, and I already like the sound that's coming out of this. This microphone, I was told, is a upgrade to the Tank1 here that gave me a little bit of a problem earlier. As you can hear, the sound is very crispy. It sounds very clear. This is on their higher end of microphones. Unlike the Tank1, which is its predecessor, this microphone actually has a USB-C connection. It gives you more options to work with. What I do like is that it comes with these control dials. So if you are hooked up via USB-C, you can basically just monitor and record directly from here without having too much to worry about. If you're not in a really isolated or well-controlled audio situation, this microphone might give you a little bit too much noise. Nothing I don't think you can fix in post, but it does pick up a lot of frequency and a lot of response, and that could be both a good and a bad thing. I really like how good this microphone sounds. It sounds very warm to me. It sounds more like my natural voice. When it comes down to features, the bundle that I got is pretty bare bones. It just comes with this table stand and the microphone and a USB-C cable. So if you're looking to do the XLR connection like I am right now, you're going to have to go buy your own XLR cable and your own audio interface. I can actually see myself recording some music or doing a little bit more audio production with this microphone in general. With that being said, let me close out of here. So I hope you all like the demos, and I hope it helped you figure out which one of these microphones work best for you. Personally, I think these are all great starter mics, and I think they're great for daily usage. I think they're pretty easy to plug and play. They're easy to monitor. They're easy to manage, and just make the experience fairly smooth. If you want the best bang for your buck without breaking the bank, as crazy as that sounds, Fifine continues to shine, and I don't really think you could go wrong with any of these mics. They were actually great enough too to send me a Tank1 replacement when I reported the problem. So shout out to their customer support for being just S tier. And I hope you all found this video helpful, and I hope it helped you make your next audio decision, your next microphone decision, whatever it is that you're doing for your audio production. And if you're interested in any of these microphones, I will put the links down below. Until next time, it's been fun, and I will see you all soon. Peace, yo.